All right, welcome to a new version of the Retro Jersey podcast. We got a special guest in the building tonight. Nephew, go ahead and tell them who you are and where you're from.
What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you, OG. The one and only Sibs. That boy Sibs is my name on social media. That's DATBOI underscore SIBBS. I'm out of Charlotte, North Carolina, by way of New York City at the moment. Um, Born and raised, though, Charlotte, North Carolina kid. So I'm here to not just talk sports, but learn from the OG himself. Shout out
Amen.
to him.
Amen. So, ladies and gentlemen, he has legendary DNA. He's from a town, he's from a state that has legendary DNA. Name two people in the world that are more popular in sports than Michael Jordan and Lawrence Taylor. It's probably going to be impossible to do. But
Uh,
yeah, we're
right,
talking
right now,
football.
Julius Peppers. Right now, Julius Peppers. But yeah,
Throw him in there too. You can throw him in there too. Uh, so talking about college football, we are eagerly anticipating the start of college football, and we're going to talk rankings, or we're going to talk unofficial rankings. We're going to talk players. We're going to talk about alignment of the SEC and other colleges. So, won't you go ahead and kick us off, nephew? Tell them who your favorite college team is and why, and how far do you see your guys going this year?
well, popular answer, but definitely came around before they became a perennial powerhouse. I roll Tide. Alabama Crimson Tide is my team. Became a fan officially when Nick Saban took the job in '07, which was my junior year. Um, Junior year in high school. I thought I could play if I had opportunity to get my grades and everything up. I always
Did we lose him? What happened to your mic?
I'm sorry. All right. I was saying Nick Saban and Jim Tressel was two coaches that I've always like valued in college football. So was Bobby Bowden. But Nick was just the guy at LSU in '03 that I really liked. I followed him when he went to Miami, even though I'm a Panthers fan. Again, I'm a defensive guy. I love Nick Saban. So when he got the job in '07 with John Parker Wilson and Courtney Upchurch and them guys, I rolled through the 7-5 year, and I've been rolling with them ever since. So yeah, I'm a roll tide guy, and this year I'm expecting playoffs. I'm expecting semifinals. I'm expecting SEC championship game. When I don't know yet. Season got a playoff, but we've missed three SEC championship or two SEC championship games because we won 2 years ago. So we have to get our face back, and we need to get in the playoffs. That's important. We have to get in the playoffs.
Okay, so true story about that Saban first season. They played Florida State that first year, and that was his his his, his first year, his hero year. And
Mhm.
I went to the Florida State Alabama game. Didn't realize Alabama fans were that friendly. They were super friendly. And I think we got y'all. I think it was what was the score 21-14. And I went to that game, and I think I wore a Deion Sanders jersey. And people just say stuff. So that's another story. But it's rare for a North Carolina guy to be a Crimson Tide guy. So let's talk a little bit about Alabama. And you said you see them; they have to make the playoffs. Uh, Explain the urgency on why.
One, we have possibly the best defense returning this year. Most complete defense returning this year, if not in the country, definitely in the SEC. Um, we're one of the few teams to have, I think it's only 11 teams in the country to have more than 50% of their roster return, and Alabama's one of those teams. Um, it's one of those things like we're right now Georgia's down and LSU is a question mark. So it's a three-headed monster division. I know everybody's talking Texas, but for the most part, traditionally speaking, the conference always went through Georgia, Bama, or LSU, and for the most part, Alabama represented it. We need fans to understand Nick's not coming back, so that's another reason why we need to win, because it's time for Kalen DeBoer to really show why he was the hire. Like, his resume is good until last year, and it's not fair because I mean 9-3 as a first year head coach at a perennial powerhouse is not a bad job. But when you get handed the number 3 recruiting class in the country with a national championship team that lost by a fourth and one, you really can't not make the playoffs. You can't really not compete for the SEC. We lost to Vanderbilt last year. That's a bad taste in a lot of Bama fans' mouth. So it's just a lot of, this year is one of those years. Even if we don't win the Natty, if Kalen DeBoer can get us a SEC championship game, maybe win, but game, which would solidify a playoff spot, and we can at least get advanced in the first round to maybe the national. Losing the Natty won't hurt him as bad this year because next year we got the Keelan Russell, Ryan Williams will be in his third year, and a lot of things will be looking up for Bama next year more than this year. And we got a dope class. I think we got the number 4 right now. We got the number 4 recruiting class in the country as of now. So yeah, we need to be trending upward. We have to be trending upward. That's a must.
Well, projected. Do you see in this year?
Say that again.
Projected. What do you see Alabama's record being so far?
I know we got Georgia, and I'm not scared of Georgia, but I don't know what Georgia is. It's only 3 teams. It's only 3 teams that I think we could possibly lose to, but 2 of the 3 teams are question marks. So I can see us losing. I can definitely see us losing to South Carolina if we're not focused. Going to South Carolina, right? I think we go to South Carolina.
Talking
I
about
can.
South Carolina, we talked about this over the phone yesterday. They have a quarterback that's NFL ready, and I got to look up this guy's name because I keep forgetting his name. Uh, let me see. Let me look up his name right quick because this guy is.
We got LSU at home this year. I think we could beat LSU because of home advantage. And I don't trust Brian Kelly. But that South Carolina game, I think it's in South Carolina. I think we playing in Columbia. If so, yeah.
Okay, this guy that I'm talking about is this guy. He had a 9-3 record last year. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Get to your point about Brian Kelly. He's done nothing out of my mouth that he's just a second baseman. And no disrespect to him, but it's almost like to get there. It's like he's most guy to me. So why can't Brian Kelly win?
Uh, College football is, to me, different from the NFL in the sense of the defensive minded coaches often win more in college than in the pros. Brian
Yeah,
Kelly's an offensive guy. He's one of the best offensive guys. But I think Brian Kelly is on the same problem Lane Kiffin is going to have. Like, Michigan kind of had that problem until he got to Jesse Minter, to Jim Harbaugh hired Jesse Minter. You seen what that did for him?
Yeah.
Ryan Day had to hire Chip Kelly and the D coordinator last year, who I think he left. But like offensive minded coaches either gotta get a guy because they don't work enough with the defense. And LSU problem, Notre Dame problem, under Brian Kelly. Cincinnati didn't have this issue, which is kind of crazy, but Notre Dame and LSU struggled defensively. They struggle defensively. Like, that's always been his knock. Like, he could put up points. Can he stop you?
Yeah.
And you can't do that in the SEC. That was the biggest question when he got the job at LSU. And I was saying that when what's his name? Ed left, Ed O. I say, Ed O only had an offense. He didn't have no defense. He didn't have that Les Smiles DNA. And then you bring Brian Kelly, and it's like, bro, like, yo, you got to get a defense. Hugh Freeze. That's why Hugh Freeze can't win. They don't build defenses.
And that's similar to what Texas to do. Get a bunch of offense, but I don't it's a core the philosophy behind it. But that's just right. See, I'm a lose 3 games. I mean, not them losing, but projected the possibility of them in 3 games.
Who you say, LSU?
Alabama.
I think not. No. I think Alabama's going to go either 10-1. I see them going. It's 12 games. So I see them going 12-1. I mean 11-1 or 10-2. I don't see them losing 3 games. I see them losing early and going on a run. If they get sorry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. If they get past Georgia, then their only hiccup is either LSU or USC.
Okay, so USC, they got to play USC too this year.
We play Oklahoma too. I'm scared of the Oklahoma transfer, that quarterback from Washington State I was telling you about. Like, they saying he like the 3rd best quarterback in the country, all around. So,
I see them. I don't know if I agree with that. I agree with that. All about that.
I mean, I don't see. That's the crazy thing about top 3. Like, I don't look at all of the other quarterbacks in the other conferences because I don't see them going up against real defenses. So it's like for instance, anybody that plays Ohio State this year, they're going to be good because Ohio State only played 3 teams. They got Oregon late. They avoided USC this year. I know they got Michigan, and I think they got Iowa. Those are the only 3 tests they have, and Iowa don't put up no points.
Yeah, they don't. They're offensive line minded. If I could use that term, Iowa's more offensive line minded. They'll run the ball.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we got a defense that barely give up 15 points no matter who they play. It's crazy. Like,
that's true. I kind of reminds me at this point. Iowa kind of reminds me of their great. I'm talking gets their mark back. It's going to take a while to make it seems like, but they'll keep a good so Michigan.
We need to take care of Florida State week 1 though. That's the big one. We need to shut. I hate to say it because you my guy, but your quarterback, your quarterback, man. Hey, if Alabama wasn't focused before training camp, he definitely gave him a reason.
Okay, well, I'm glad you brought it up because I wasn't going to bring it up until later on.
Those are the 4 games that's going to build Alabama, though. That's the only reason I brought up, OG, because Florida State, Georgia, LSU, and South Carolina are the games. Those are the 4 teams I think are playoff ready before the season starts, barring injuries. Those are teams that I can say can contend for the playoffs if the season go right. And if Alabama take care of all four of those teams, we're going to be in contention.
Okay, well, good. Let's talk about this game. This first game of the season. And, a lot of people kind of blame Alabama for disrupting in this and out of Florida State's program. You remember, what was it, 17 when uh, Florida State has not been able to recover since then. Do you see a similar scenario playing out because Castellano is with his mouth?
Hold on. It went in and out, OG. You're not even going front. Can you say that one more time?
Okay, so Florida State, Alabama is blamed for disrupting direction of Florida State's football back in 17 when they injured DeAndre Law. Florida State's never been able to same a similar scenario playing out this time because opening up his press.
What's crazy, I just watched that game. I just watched that game this morning. 2017 week
Yeah.
2. I think it was week 2 game. We honestly, Jalen Hurts struggled against that defense. That 4-2-5 defense was crazy. It was a close game until third quarter. Like it was a 10-14 game until the middle of the third quarter. Then Alabama do what Alabama does. Special teams block, return for a touchdown, and then interception. I think he threw like 3 interceptions, and then he got hurt late. But I will say this: I don't think that we will hurt y'all quarterback, but I do think the defense is going to cause havoc. I think if we don't get the interceptions, it's going to be one of those 3 and out, dominate and stifle defensive type Alabama performances where we not giving up anything. Y'all don't have a Dalvin Cook. Y'all don't have a Cam Akers. Y'all don't have a running back that Alabama really fears. And like I said, your quarterback, I don't know too much about him, but he ain't ringing no bells for me. I mean, I didn't hear anything about him last year. So I just feel like Florida State, it's messed up because this ACC season is y'all's to lose. Like this year, I don't believe in Clemson that much. Georgia Tech, whatever. James Madison, whatever. I think Florida State was trying to reclaim the conference back, and I'm kind of happy that y'all are week 1. That way, this loss won't affect y'all if y'all run out the conference. But I do think Alabama's going to beat y'all. I think they're going to beat y'all by at least 10. And it's not because Florida State isn't good. I just think Alabama is better.
Well, I'm going to say this because we haven't been good. We haven't been good since pretty much since we haven't.
About 2 years ago, y'all was great. Jordan Travis just got hurt late.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Travis stayed in a place just like Dalvin Cook did. Dalvin Cook, Jordan Travis faced a lot of mistakes that Florida State made. If it wasn't for those guys, we'd be hanging out with SMU or something like that. I'll give you a bit of I'll give you a little background on Castellano. He's from Boston College. He is a heck of a scramble quarterback, but I'll say Bama defense contains him. If they're able to contain him, still gonna be a little season for Florida State. I think just open up a can of worms to where it might be another Andre Francois situation, if you ask me.
I think they're gonna tee up. I do think I can see a 6-sack kind of game, 1 forced fumble, an interception. It's a statement game. I think like our offensive line is 3 years to get in. Outside of the guy that went to Dallas, like everybody else is 3 years in. So they mad. Proctor's mad. Like, and he one of the best tackles in the game. So it's like, yeah, your boy definitely woke up the leaders. Deontay Lawson back on defense. Like, I think I never bought into Francois like that though. I thought his high school tape made him, and anybody that go to Florida State is going to be hyped. It's just like going to Bama, it's like going to Texas. Florida State, one of those schools, one of the top 10 schools in the country when it comes to football. So anytime you are a 5-star and you go to a top 10 program, you're going to be excessively hyped, no matter how good you are or what it translates to. Bo Scarborough is a prime example of that for Alabama. Like, he wasn't all that, but he definitely was talked about like that. So Francois, to me, bro, he kind of hurts y'all those games, like rushing, not rushing. Sometimes he hold on the ball too late. Sometimes he don't. I was watching Jalen Hurts make the same kind of throws that Francois was attempting, and it was like, bro's just not mentally into the game. Like, Alabama really, once they took the run away, it was over for him mentally. And I hope your quarterback, because the way he was talking, he was like, "Hey, yo, where I'm from, we wake up the dragons." You know what I'm saying? So I just hoping not only did it motivate Alabama, but I'm hoping it motivated us. So his attitude is in the right spot, but I don't think he understood the team he was calling out.
Yeah. What kind of bothers me about this situation is the context pinch him of effort on certain plays. Now, just like you just alluded to, he brought this type of practice that Florida State is used to that, but the quarterback position, you you're old for Charlie, old enough to remember Chris Winkie, old enough to remember who else, the great player.
EJ,
Yeah, yeah,
Christian.
yeah. You're old enough to remember those guys. They just did it. It didn't say nothing. It didn't talk trash. This it's the new college football, but
EJ was a little. EJ had a little bravado. That's why he went third overall. He had a little bravado with him, but EJ had a hell of a team behind him too.
yeah, he did. He had a heck of a team. I got to see him play when they Bobby Bowden's last game. I drove over to Jacksonville to watch their last game. Got to sit with all the old players. We got to sit with all the old players and stuff like that. But to have to say that I never heard EJ say anything. EJ just had undeniable.
On the field, he talked trash. You're right. He never when it gave. You're right. He never gave bulletin board material. You're right.
Yeah, that last game they played with Notre Dame, his last game, he was playing on a broken ankle, and he still won the freaking game. So there's just a lot. If Castellano can do that, but it's gonna be tough, man, because y'all got what 10 returning starters on defense.
11.
The whole squad has returned.
And all 11 of them are ranked top 10 at their position.
Jesus. Jesus. Jesus.
That's why I say Kalen DeBoer kind of got a blessing and a cursing right now.
Yeah. Jesus. That's gonna be a long game. It's gonna be a long, and it's in Tallahassee. It's gonna be a long day. So we were
talking a neutral site. It wasn't a neutral site. I thought it was neutral.
Oh, it's in Tallahassee.
Oh, y'all really finna get beat up. Damn. Because the fans gonna be buying into that whole "we ain't scared, we want Bama," and everybody that say that regret it. But again, that was during the Saban era. Kalen DeBoer gotta keep that same energy, bro. Like, because that's the only reason why people talk junk to us. They feared Saban. They didn't fear Bama, is what they're saying.
See, and that's funny that you mentioned that. I was just getting into it with somebody. I asked somebody, it's like, can you name me 3 players that played Coach Saban? And it's usually they don't cheer for the players. They root for Saban because a lot of them don't know the players. They just it is in the South, from the South. They the team. They don't cheer for the players. Alabama's a way of life. Florida Gators is a way of life. They don't cheer for.
See, that's weird. I'm gonna tell you why. You can't cheer for Saban and not cheer for the players for 2 reasons. One, he dominates recruiting. So you gotta know who he recruiting. You gotta know the type of player. Like, what's crazy about Nick? What's crazy Nick's story, and we can get back on topic. But like in 08, my junior year, when I heard about Julio, man, and then I heard about Mark Ingram. Then I heard about I think Courtney Upshaw was coming. Then I heard about Dante Hightower, and I'm like, damn, like me hearing who he was recruiting, and then me going to look up their rankings on ESPN top 350 and all that, like, damn, this what we getting? He 5-star, he 5. Then it made me watch not just me him getting them, the developmental process, because people don't understand. There's a lot of 5-stars that didn't play for Alabama. They got a ring, but they didn't get no time because they didn't put in the work. They didn't want to develop properly. Like Trayvon Diggs came there as a wide receiver. He got drafted as a DB. Like that's what I love about Nick. So if you don't follow the players, then it's kind of hard. And me personally, like Trent Richardson, my favorite running back at Bama. So it's like, unless you just like the guys that have an NFL career, you're really missing out on what Nick Saban meant to the program, because TJ Yeldon, Kenyon Drake, AJ McCarron, Jake Coker, it's guys that didn't have NFL careers, that Marquise Mays, Darius Stewart, that meant a hell of a lot to that program. Barrett Jones, like they meant something to the run and the dominance of what we did. So yeah, LG, when you talk to them Bama fans, tell them y'all not Bama fans. Y'all can't even say y'all Saban fans. Y'all was just there for the championships.
That's how I feel about it. It's like y'all can't name 3 players that play for Alabama, but you're screaming roll tide. I don't think that's fair to. I don't think that's fair to the players that play there. I don't think it's fair to Nick Saban or anybody. True Bama fans. So back to get back to it. So just think we were talking about Pickens. We were talking and me your top 10. You gave me your top 10, which was pretty interesting. I think I remember you having Notre Dame at number 7 or 8. What's the
Yeah. I think it was a flip between them and LSU.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think
when we talked about LSU having maybe the most talent in the country.
Yeah. Quarterback, I think when he's in his second or third year. Brian Kelly, offensive genius. They said that not only did he hire defensive staff, but they got some defense on the other side of the ball. The question mark with Brian Kelly is, do you understand you're in the SEC? That's his biggest question mark. Like, you beat Bama 2 years ago. You made a name for yourself. You was one of the few people to beat Nick Saban while Nick Saban was at Alabama. And then you nutted up against Georgia in the SEC championship game. So it's like, or not SEC championship. Yeah, SEC championship game. They lost because Georgia represented the East. So it's like, yo, I mean, bro, you're in the SEC, bro. Like, every game matters. You don't have 2 or 3 games that matter, and the rest, like, this is not Notre Dame. You can't just get ready for Stanford. You can't just get ready for Michigan, and you can't just get ready for the Navy. Like, you have to, after week 3, now you see that they're doing the out of conference scheduling. You got Clemson week 1. Like, you have to come in to every season, Brian Kelly, understanding playoff or bust. And when he get that in him, that's when he's going to, I think he's already recruiting well. Like, Brian Kelly recruiting is never, him and Jimbo Fisher, I've never questioned as recruiters.
Yeah.
What the hell y'all going to do with him? Like, Jimbo had that issue. Like, yeah, he got a ring with y'all with Jameis Winston, but that wasn't even y'all best team.
Yeah.
Like, EJ Manuel, Christian Ponder had some teams, bro. Like,
I agree. I totally agree.
So
our guest that we were supposed to have tonight, Bert Reed, he played on the Christian Ponder and EJ Manuel teams. So,
oh man.
Yeah. If we're gonna get him on here next week. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him again later on. We're gonna get him on next week, and we're gonna talk to those teams, because I totally agree with you. Christian Ponder is one of my favorite FSU quarterbacks.
He should have won.
Yeah, he should have won.
It was him and Dalvin, right? Him and Dalvin, and who was the receiver? Y'all had a 3-headed monster.
We had Burt Reed. We had Rod Owens. We had a bunch of guys that year.
See?
We had a bunch of
I
guys
think
that
your
year.
boy was a freshman. I think he was a senior with Jameis, but he was a freshman with Christian Ponder, right? Dalvin Cook was, right?
Yeah. I think he was. I don't think he got there. Uh, he had just got there when Ponder was leaving. Dalvin did. So
He didn't play in
Jermaine,
20. He didn't play in 20 because I know Ponder came in the Cam Newton draft. He wasn't there in 2010. Dalvin Cook
uh-uh.
wasn't there yet.
No, he wasn't there yet. We had Jermaine Thomas, and we had Jermaine Thomas, and we had Lonnie Pryor, and we had Ty Ty Jones. Yeah.
You know it's crazy. I know you know the backstory to Jake Coker. Jake Coker left Florida State because he
I
had
know
to back up. Oh yeah, okay,
Thomas Winston. Yep.
yeah.
You'd never believe how many times that's happened at Florida State because they had so much talent. They leave. I'm talking about this was in the early '90s when they were doing that. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about Brian Kelly. Uh, he recovered. I don't think he recovered from that national championship, and that's probably to me. That's probably why he's losing his touch. What do you say?
You talking about the Notre Dame?
Yeah. When he hadn't quite, when he played back and lost to Bama, and he hadn't been the same to me since. What do you say?
Uh, to answer that, I'm gonna say this. You're right, but I feel like that's what made him come to LSU. I said it when it happened because everybody was like, "Why would you leave Notre Dame for LSU? Is LSU really a better job than Notre Dame?" And it really isn't. It really isn't unless you're looking for a legacy.
Yeah.
Coaching at Notre Dame don't give you the coaching legacy that it once did because Notre Dame is not in the SEC. Notre Dame is not in the Big Ten. And you hear Morgan Freeman. Ain't that my man name? Marcus Freeman. You hear Marcus Freeman talking about like we're going to be forced into a conference sooner than later. So I feel like Brian Kelly, to answer your question, when Brian Kelly seen that Eddie Lacy was the size of his offensive guard, when he seen that, like we're not recruiting what they're recruiting, like their fourth and fifth string is better than my starters. Like when I think he didn't want to give up on Notre Dame, but then he got to the SEC, and I think, like I just said, now he's processing every week it's playoffs. Like it's crazy. Like he never had to, like he's always been the best coach wherever he's been. Like even at Notre Dame, like if you look at him and the schedule that he had to play some ACC schools and some Pac-12 schools and then Michigan. So if you look at it, he's pretty much on college level. He was on the same tier as Jim Fisher. Jim
Mhm.
Harbaugh, my bad. Jim Harbaugh, until Harbaugh won 2 years ago, you could say they were the same coach. A lot of talent, can't win, great programs. And then you look at like outside of Kirby, Nick, and who else? Like there are not too many coaches that are in the league that are better than Brian Kelly. The problem is you have to adjust. And I think his adjustment period is more of a reality check than it is like he's getting himself together. Like I said, he has some big wins over his first 2 years there. The problem is, bro, he's had too much talent to not compete the way that we want to see him compete. And that's just the
I
SEC for you.
I agree, and not to cut you off, but what's your your thoughts on Miami? Has been at Miami. The Hurricanes have been in the ACC for over 20 years now. Why? Almost 20 years. Why can't they win an ACC championship? Because I had an argument with Warren Sapp on Twitter about this a couple years ago, and I'll tell you how that went. I'll let you answer the question.
One, they're not taking advantage of the SEC recruits in their area. I think they try to hit local a lot, like State Miami. They got this thing with Florida and Florida State where wherever y'all recruit, we're going to stay away because we don't like y'all guys. Even though all the guys play in high school together down there and they ball at state championships and mini camps. Miami always been selfish in their recruiting, especially once they went from a national perennial, what's his name, Coach Travis or whatever, when he started recruiting good guys and, you know, guys who want to graduate, guys who want to stay for 4 years and all that. It's going to sound so effed up, but Miami was the perfect school for the NIL before the NIL.
I agree. Butch Davis.
Now,
Coach Davis, Butch Davis, you know who you're talking about?
No, the black guy who had the highest graduation rate at Miami.
Oh, Shannon, Randy Shannon.
That guy. I thought it was Randy Travis. My bad. That's the country singer. Yeah. Randy Shannon. He changed them from, because Butch still had that mean streak in him.
Yeah.
They went from being mean Miami, fighting Florida State every other year. If we can't beat you on the field, we're gonna beat you off the field mentality to they are really the Notre Dame of the South now. Like, we're okay with just being a program. And I don't know what's gonna change Miami. Miami in the ACC. The problem with the ACC is, one, you got to have more than just football in the ACC. People don't understand Florida State basketball won ACC championships. Like, Florida State's not just a football powerhouse, and the ACC is not going to invest in you if you're just one program. Ask Duke. Like, Duke don't get, they basketball bring their revenue. That's it. ACC don't care about Duke the way people think they do. So, like, it's just one of them things. Like, Miami, since they've been here, the recruitment has changed. The rules have changed. Everybody can recruit now in Florida because of the national recruiting law that Urban Meyer helped change. When he went to Ohio State. So, like, Miami don't have first dibs. They already didn't have first dibs with Florida and Florida State, which is kind of crazy that they are the third team to the Big Two. But now you got Texas and Texas A&M next coming to Florida, Bama, Georgia's coming to Florida, North Carolina, and all the other, like, and you only want to recruit in Miami. I don't know what Miami can do to change. I don't know what they can do, bro. Like, instead of trying to win the state championship every year, maybe they should compete for a national. But I mean, they had a run a couple years ago.
Yeah, I agree. This is had Randall Hill on the show about 8-9 months ago, and he honestly doesn't see too much wrong with the program, but he's more encouraging than anything. And I'm gonna send him this. I'm gonna send him this video. And I'm gonna let, hey, Randall, you remember when you said there's nothing wrong? You and Warren Sapp told me there's nothing wrong with Miami football, and I'm worried because I'm worried about the program because, hey, bro, college football ain't good unless Miami, Notre Dame, Tennessee State, and all of these guys. It's not that good to me. What say you?
Since I became an avid college football fan in like 2003, 2004-ish, my 8th grade, freshman year, high school. So I missed the heyday of Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what people grew up with the U, like, I'm fascinated with the 02 team, whatever. I don't think they can beat a few Alabama teams. I don't care what people say. But I am fascinated with the history of them, what they've done. But I really think, and this is just me personally, I really think the Gators and the Seminoles mean more to Florida than Miami. And I think when the Gators are good and when Florida State is good, Miami deserves to be an afterthought because again, the history says they deserve to be there, but what have you done for us lately? And I'm going to be honest with you. The Gators have national championships. Florida State has national championships. The Gators have won their conference or competed for conference championships So has Florida State. I think y'all are good, bro. Like I don't think if you're a Florida State fan, the Miami rivalry I heard is bigger than Florida versus Florida State. I don't know why, but that's y'all thing. You live down there. I don't get it. I would think that Florida Gators, SEC, ACC, this is for the conference. This is for the state. Y'all the state university. We are the university. Like I don't get it, but
I'll tell you why that is. I'll tell you why that is because we're always in each other's backyard recruiting. We're always in each other's backyard recruiting. I think this kind of started. Miami, Florida State started becoming a thing to me when Miami tried to recruit to Merrick Vanover, which is a friend of mine. They tried to recruit him, and Florida State really did. He's from Tallahassee, and they tried to take him, but he stood his ground and stayed right there. He stood his ground and stayed right there, and ran 2 touchdowns back in '92, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to have to call him later on and see if I can verify that clown in real life. He's a joke. He's funny, but yeah. We'll carry on. So your top five, and we'll get you on because I know you got things to do. Your top five this year, and I mean, 8 just played 8-12 this year.
say that again. My top five. What?
Your top. We'll go with your top 5 college football teams, and is it 8 or 12 this year that are in the playoffs?
It's 12.
Okay, it's 12. Matter of fact, give me your 12 teams to make the college football playoffs this year.
Oh man, that's hard, OG, because of the playoff committee. They kind of did South Carolina and Bama dirty. Because I don't know the criteria, OG, because I would thought strength of schedule matters, and it don't. And the fact that they changed, and I'm gonna give it to you, but I do want to ask you this because it don't make sense to me. They made the SEC because the excuse was they're tired of the SEC getting a benefit because they have the better recruits, they have the stronger teams, so by default they have a tougher schedule. So they're pretty much saying we don't want to give y'all that benefit no more. Play other teams. So like Georgia opens up, well, Texas opened up the season with Ohio State and still has to play Georgia, still has to play Oklahoma, still has to play Auburn. So my problem with that is if they're going to make them schedule out of conference teams, which I've seen what we got to do, or what Alabama got to do it over the next 5 years, and why not take into consideration the conference schedule? Because like Ohio State wouldn't be ranked top 5 if you took on who they played versus the Georgia and Alabama. And I know they're trying to get away from the SEC doing that, but you can't change the fact that the SEC still, like, of the top 15 recruiting classes, I think the SEC got 7 of the next 2 years. So
that's insane, bro. It's almost like it's the pre-NFL. It's like the pre-NFL. I'm glad you got on that, and then I'll let you get back to answering your question. Also, I want you to give me your top 5 Heisman candidates too. But it's what I wanted to press out because I was telling somebody this the other day. Got messed up out of the national championship or the college football playoffs in 2003. You remember that?
yeah.
The fact that they did it, and I knew that they were doing it because Nick Saban was retiring, and we can disagree, but the fact that I knew that they were giving it to Nick Saban simply because he was retiring. Do you feel as though that this emergence of Florida State getting all these recruits and all these former Alabama players coming in on NIL deals? Do you feel like they throw your bone? And it seems to me that they're turning Florida State into the evil empire, slowly but surely. You take your lumps, and they're going to give you the keys to the college football world after that. What say you?
Well, that year it was kind of weird for Florida State because it would have made sense if Florida State didn't write a letter to the ACC commissioner asking for a buyout before the season started because they felt like their schedule wasn't going to be good enough to get into the playoffs. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't know that until it came out. Like, your AD really was like, hey, yo, we can win every game and still lose to a 2-loss SEC school. We got to get out of this conference. So, like,
yeah,
yeah, I do think they stuck it to Florida State because you in one breath you told us you understood how we were doing things and you asked us to get you to a program that's going to allow you to do things the way we're going to do it, but then you still ran off and got 12 wins and tried to make us feel like we're wrong for not acknowledging what you already acknowledged was a problem.
good
It's like it's
point.
just one of those things. Like it's crazy to me. Like Florida State was trying to play both sides of the fence, and I ain't like it. Like I do agree, being an undefeated team, you should be allowed in the playoffs. But the problem with that was everybody know the SEC champion makes it to the playoffs, and the committee played Alabama all year, but keeping them in that 8th, 7th, 9th ranking instead of putting them up in the top 5. So because they were a better team, but when you're trying to appease the masses because they don't know the rules of the game or whatever, you leave Alabama where you left Alabama all year, and then they beat the number 1 team in the country, a team that haven't lost in 3 years. They're going to jump from number 8 to number 4. Like it's only right. I mean, I get it. Yes, it looked bad because Nick retired, the politics in it, but I'm just going off of how football has been over the last 10 years. The committee failed the fans by keeping Alabama so low because they lost to Texas week 3. Like that's where they failed the fans.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. So let's go into your 12. Go into your 12 people that are, matter of fact, we'll do 8. Then I want you to give me your Heisman. I want you to give your Heisman, right? We'll get you out of here. Just enjoyed
Okay.
this.
So off rip, no order, just off rip. I got Ohio State competing for the playoffs again. I also have Oregon coming out again. And I'm thinking this year in the Big Ten, I had Oregon, Ohio State, I had and Penn State. Those are 3 teams I for sure think are going to come out of the Big Ten. I think only 2 teams are going to make it out the SEC this year. I'm gonna give you, preferably just off of my fandom, Alabama has to make it, and I know I got Texas making it. I lied, and I think LSU can make it. I don't think Georgia's going to make it in the playoffs this year. I think they're going to be outside looking in. I got LSU, so that's 6, and then you got the ACC and the Big 12 champion. Y'all gotta listen. Y'all deserve to win the ACC this year. But Belichick's in y'all conference and Clemson is being overly hyped for whatever reason. I've been reading so many reports. Everybody's high on Clemson. So it's between Florida State, Clemson, and UNC, in my opinion. But one of those 3 teams are going to come out the ACC. And then the Big 12, I ain't even going to lie to you. It's a coin flip. I don't like the Big 12. I really don't like the Big 12 conference, bro. Like, since Oklahoma and Texas not there no more, I don't even watch them. Colorado,
It's tough to watch them.
Right? Like it was only fun last year because you wanted to see what Colorado was going to do. But now that Shador, now like the reality of Deion finna sit in that this stuff is real, and it's like the Big 12 is just one of those big noon Saturday games that I don't care to watch. Like it's like watching Boise State play Marshall. You know what I mean? Like I don't like watching the Big 12, man. I can't stand watching the Big 12. West Virginia when they are on, but that's it.
Yeah, that's
Well, Oklahoma State's supposed to have a rebounding year, from what I heard. Now they are a decent program. Oklahoma State, I'm not going to disrespect them. They're decent, but
Yeah,
You know, man. We the Big 12. Like, who you got coming out the Big 12? I guarantee you haven't even looked at that conference.
because I haven't. I really haven't because the alignment has just thrown me off, and it's been hard for me to keep up with it. But I'll get on it tonight, and we'll go from there. I'll definitely look at it because they definitely need somebody else. If FSU wants to go over there, and I think they have wanted to, I've heard they've been wanting to. Uh, that'd be good.
FSU and the Big 12. Oh, they definitely just trying to get to the playoffs every year. Lord Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, they've
Oh,
been
that
talking
one.
Big 12. They've been talking about the Big 12. So. Yeah. So give me your. I'll get you out of here on this question. Uh, your Heisman candidates this year.
Uh who? Ryan Williams, the receiver from Ohio State, the big dog, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Gotta be a quarterback somewhere. Believe it or not, I'm gonna go with the guy that I just been hearing a lot about. I'm gonna go Oklahoma transfer,
Okay.
Washington State guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with him. And me and you both got a question mark on this guy, but everybody says like, I ain't gonna say question mark. Arch Manning is the favorite, but we don't know.
Yeah.
So I got Arch, Ryan, Jeremiah, and my guy from Oklahoma going to New Radio City Music Hall. Coming up here this year, I might even go to the Heisman Trophy presentation. For real, for real. I live up here now.
Okay. Yeah. So you get missing one.
Who? I was supposed to be 5?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 5.
Oh man. All right, flip a coin because I don't know any too many great athletes as more of a quarterback award unless you a standout athlete. And like I think I got the 2 best athletes in the country in Williams and Jeremiah. So I'm gonna just go with LSU quarterback because he's definitely considered a top 3 quarterback coming in this year too. That's why LSU got a lot of promise. And if LSU is going to contend, he has to be Heisman worthy. He has to be.
Amen. Yeah. With that, yeah, I got to throw my man Sellers in there somewhere because that dude's just a goon. Uh, yeah. Uh, that we'll get you out of here, and we appreciate you coming by. We got to do this every week, so I'll start working on getting our viewers back up because they don't know a lot until I have a celebrity on. So yeah,
I got you.
we'll get you out of here, and thank you for stopping by. We need this college football talk every week.
I'm here with you, OG. I appreciate you having me for a roll tide.
Glad you stopped by. We'll talk later.
All right.